This is for mecah, the two rival teams of the tournament, potential favorites of the tournament as well, going up, facing each other head on to see who's going to be in the finals, going up against Tony from the Bronx. I'm excited to see this I'm so excited to see these teams face it, duke it out. Nahj running with Sugarbeet and Icicle. So Sugarbeet is a sub-in, so that lack of synergy between Sugarbeet and Nahj and Icicle might play a factor here in this matchup, but who knows? This is RMD versus Mage, Boomkin, RMPally.
I know Sugarbeet's been playing a lot of RMD, but I don't believe he's been playing with these guys. He might have played some with Icicle, but yeah, synergy could be a big thing for RMD. Definitely one of the points you don't want to be slacking in.
Yeah. So one thing to note about this matchup compared to before when they were playing RMP is root beam won't be a thing anymore. Sugarbeet will just be able to shift all those roots and get out a solar beam. So he's not going to be stuck in that CC, which is nice for them. Immediately Magieden pushing in, denying the stealth opener, getting Icicle actually into a Nova and blizzarding him out. Asbur getting sapped up there by Nahj. And it looks like they want to open up onto Asbur. Nahj just sitting by him. Going to put him into the full kidney shot. Shadow Reflection out already. Asbur immediately using that Barskin Felorea into the deep freeze. Will there be any follow-ups? You see there will. He'll be put into that full polymorph. Asbur in a little bit of trouble, taking a lot of damage. His Barskin's going to fade in 1 second. Icicle going to have a lot of incoming burst for that. Felorea caught into the triple DR sheet. Magieden actually getting cloned up right now. Felorea getting the wing, getting out of CC, sacking Asbur and able to top him.
Yeah, that was a lot of cooldowns. Fortunately, Asbur has his trinket for the potential red buff killing spree here shortly. Nahj building up for that. Maybe trying to get a re-stealth. Very nice, fully dotted. He's going to come back in, try to evasion the bash there, but it wasn't used. Solar beam comes down and locks the frost jaw. Nahj taking some heat. He's trying to run away here, desperately behind the pillar. He's fully dotted. The blind got thrown out there. It was trinketed by Asbur into a full gouge. Nahj still at low HP. Sugarbeet trying to top him off, gets the NS, topping him off. Poly onto Felorea. Asbur now in a bit of trouble in the center of the map, playing very far away, but he gets Shadow Step kidney shot out of form in Smoke Bomb with no trinket. Could potentially be the end for him here. The red buff building up. I believe the killing spree being used there on the Asbur. He's somehow taking it through, trying to go for a Cyclone. Gets locked on it, but Felorea is no longer CC'd. Now, unfortunately, into a Frost. Has to Aura Master, but the Cologne from Sugarbeet on the Asbur denying all of this Aura Mastery healing.
Yeah, clone was very important by Sugarbeet. Actually, the follow-up clone gets Deep Freeze Ring of Frost by Magieden. Good job by him breaking up that CC chain. Felorea hopefully can get some heals onto Asbur, but he's caught into a polymorph, a DR polymorph, a triple DR polymorph. He still has Bubble as well as Trinket available. Asbur does have his Barskin. He has Beam Up as well. For whenever he wants to put that on Icicle, cloning up Icicle for the time being. It looks like Nahj is the main kill target. They're going to want to get CC on a Nahj as well as Sugarbeet if they have any hope of actually killing him. But that's the full kidney shot on Asbur. Felorea actually pre-sacking it there. Icicle able to dispel the red buff killing spree coming out though. That's a Barskin to answer it, but Asbur in a little bit of trouble. Still has Barskin up for another couple seconds. Felorea caught into the sheep, the DR sheep, the triple DR sheep. He does have Trinket available, but he's not going to use it. Asbur is going to be able to survive with that Barskin, and now they're trying to turn around on Nahj, who's taking a little bit of damage, but Sugarbeet has that Nature's Vigil up. His hots are going to be empowered, and there's the offensive clone onto Asbur. Switched over onto Felorea, and now Asper's in a little trouble in that bear form, trying to tank as much damage as possible. He's going to be okay for now as Felorea is out of CC.
Yeah, but he has to camp bear form so much. He's not able to counter pressure. He's going to solar beam Icicle there on the polymorph. For the poly onto Sugarbeet, triple CC, Hodge onto Nahj. Ironbark got up preemptively as well as Feint. They're trying to kill through it. They need a little bit more CC. They're going to deep him half. He gets the cloak off right before the third DR of Bash. Now putting Asbur into a full kidney shot in cat form with a poly onto Felorea into a cycle. He trinkets that to bop Asbur out of that stun. He was in a lot of trouble. He's going to have Barskin for the next setup. Good play from Felorea in that stressful moment in time.
Yeah, absolutely. He still has one bubble as well as one bop available for Asbur. Asbur has his trinket as well as Barskin ready to go. So they're going to have to work through that. That's the kidney shot. The Barskin coming out from Asbur. Felorea trying to spam out those heals. Gets deep frozen on it. He has sack on Asbur at the moment. If Icicle wants to get the CC out, he needs to get rid of that sack. The red buff killing spree coming out of Nahj, but because Asbur had sack as well as Barskin, it really didn't do much at all. Now Sugarbeet caught into that deep freeze Ring of Frost. Nahj getting hodged up. Nahj deciding to immediately trinket that. But he's still low, down to 10% HP, actually running into the ring. He's trying to get away, trying to get over to Sugarbeet, getting some hots on himself, the full blind on Asbur. Asbur immediately trinkets that he wants to continue to go aggressive. Nahj does have the evasion up.
He's stunned out of Moonkin form. He doesn't have that extra armor, and he's going to get possibly killed because of that. Goes into bear form at 46%. Felorea in a full polymorph, choosing not to bubble right now. Saved by the Light's going to proc. Magieden peeling with these polymorphs. A root solar beam onto Icicle, and Asbur's going to be designating that defensively. It doesn't provide any use on Sugarbeet as he can shapeshift out of it, but Sugarbeet getting a full clone now into a deep freeze. Magieden trying to go for some CC, gets locked out on it by Icicle. Asbur could be in trouble here with a frost shot onto Felorea. He's got the Avenging Wrath up. If he gets the heals off, he's going to top him off. Nahj going to wait that out in the backlines with Sugarbeet, trying to possibly get a re-stealth. He's got Fairy Fire. He's getting Blizzard as well, harassed here behind the pillar. I don't think he's going to be able to get a re-stealth. He might have to just decide to run out there. Looks like they're waiting maybe for the Dispel cooldown, maybe just for it to run out. He's going to stay very far back, wait for Cloak. He doesn't have Trinket as well. Maybe he just wants to play it conservatively.
Yeah, Asbur trying to get out those clones. He actually pushes in, throws out those Trents, but now he's into the full kidney shot. Another sack coming out from Felorea. Once again, Icicle's going to have to dispel that before he gets the full sheep onto Felorea. He puts him in the deep freeze. No sheep incoming for the moment, but Asbur in a lot of trouble using that bark skin. Saved by the Light is almost up, so he's going to have that to proc as well. Nahj taking a little bit of damage. Sugarbeet deciding to pre-Ironbark that. Asbur's going to clone that up, so he's not going to be able to top off Nahj for the time being. Sugarbeet actually has his Nature's Vigil up, so Tots are going to be a little bit empowered right now. Icicle getting cloned up. Sugarbeet getting Solar Beam for a little bit of time. Nahj forced to use that Cloak of Shadows, and they're forcing Nahj to play a little bit defensive here. I like it. For mecah doing an excellent job keeping this RMD sort of on the back foot. Nahj once again using Smoke Bomb defensively, so that's another one of their offensive tools they've had to use defensively, which is unfortunate for them.
Oh,
actually,
Nahj kites away.
Yeah, doing an excellent job.
It was great. They're going to clone it up. His entire adrenaline rush is going to get wasted, so quick reactions from Asbur to blink away from the kidney shot. He's continuing to clone it up. You can't afford to lose that. It's how he builds up that red buff very quickly, and now he's getting spam fairy fired and rooted. Now into a full stun. He's got his trinket available. He's got to be careful, decides to use it. He's not going to be greedy, but now he's into a half bash. He should be able to survive through if he needs to use his cloak. Sugarbeet instead getting the Iron Bark up with the Nature Swiftness. I believe kidney shot was trinketed by Asbur there as Felorea is cloned up. The Shadow Reflection coming out from Nahj. He is getting spam polymorphs as we're doing a good job kiting and line of sighting while Felorea CC'd.
Yeah, absolutely. Icicle actually using one of his ice blocks offensive there. He's probably not going to be the main kill target. Magieden using both his ice blocks defensively has none left, getting cloned up by Sugarbeet. If they can get any CC on a Felorea, Magieden could be in a little bit of trouble here. He's at 38% HP. Felorea actually blowing that wings. Gets frost on it. Magieden into a kitty shot. He has no ice block available. Felorea getting out of that CC, giving Magieden a huge heal. And now Magieden wants to go offensive, pardon me. He uses that Icy Veins. They're trying to make something happen on a Nahj. The root beam onto Icicle. Deep freeze onto Sugarbeet. Hodge onto Nahj. The triple CC coming out. Sugarbeet immediately deciding to trinket that. He's going to get the hots onto Nahj. Nahj has that evasion up, so he's not going to get bashed up. He tries to get onto Asbur, but Asbur easily able to displace away from that Shadow Step. Now Asper's going for clones. He gets interrupted on that, but Nahj still in a little bit of trouble at 30% HP, having to use that Cloak of Shadows. Sugarbeet doesn't have a trinket available. Nahj doesn't have a trinket available, so if they can make another double CC chain happen, this could be the big trouble for Nahj, but they're turning around onto Asbur. The Deep Freeze Sheep onto Felorea. Asbur getting kidney shot there, has to use that Bark Skin down to 30% HP. Felorea does have trinket and bubble available, but he's not going to use it. Overlapped with Asper's Bark Skin. Asper's going to be able to get away. Felorea still in CC though, and that is the save of the Light proc because of Icicle's big Ice Novas coming in. The sack going out though onto Asbur. Felorea hopefully going to be able to top him off. Nahj now in a lot of trouble into the full Hodge. The Cyclone onto Sugarbeet. Frost Nova Deep Freeze onto Sugarbeet as well. Nahj trying everything he can to survive. I think he actually has Cloak of Shadows up though, so if he does, he's going to be completely fine.
Yeah, Adrenaline Rush coming out again. They're trying to kite it out. It's going to connect onto Magieden with a full kidney shot after the blink. He's going to get cloned up at half HP here as we're not letting that Adrenaline Rush get off. He realizes how important it is. Magieden now has one ice block available, so that opening has been lost. Nahj realizes that it's just going to pull back, wait a little bit longer. Pre-Iron Bark coming out from Sugarbeet to deny any Deep Freeze polymorphs coming in, but Magieden is just going to hold on to it. He's getting spam polyed as well. A bit of an overly defensive play there from the RMD. It might be something that for mecah can exploit. Now the Deep Freeze onto Sugarbeet. He won't have the Iron Bark available. Hodge and Nahj, but they don't CC him out. He should be able to heal, and they're swapping over to Icicle actually. He's got one block, but he doesn't get it! Double Star Surge, double Ice Nova coming in hot for mecah, taking it off in a 6 swap. Icicle not blocking in time.
Oh man. This whole night seems to be filled with that, man. No blocks, no disperses coming out from a lot of these teams, but man, that was a great first series coming out of both of these teams. So definitely opportunities for both teams to take a win there. But for mecah is going to be taking that very first win. This is a best of 3 series, by the way, guys. So for mecah, only has to win one more time to go to the finals. One more time, boys. But can Season 8, this RMD, take 2 games off of this Mage Boomkin RMPally? I don't know. I'm not sure. I just read that. All right.
Very good. It's awesome.
If you guys aren't familiar, I'm not even gonna say it. Never mind.
Oh my god.
Gonna go ahead and ask this team, Season 8, what map that they're interested in next.
Well, Nahj already down 1 game, saying that he could easily beat them with a Druid on his team.
Did he actually say easily?
I'm trying to remember exactly. I know at one point he said that he felt really countered with the Boomkin, and that I'm pretty sure he said that he thought that he could easily win if they had a Druid instead. I will argue that he said that verbatim.
All right, man. I don't know, but it was definitely a really good series there. But can they bring it back here? The next map chosen by Season 8 is going to be on Tiger's Peak. Alright, welcome to Tiger's Peak. It is Season 8 versus 4 mecah. We have Magieden, Asbur, and Felorea on team for mecah, going up against Season 8, which consists of Nahj on that Rogue, Icicle on that Mage, and Sugarbeet on that Druid. It's going to be an intense series here. Going in, continuing, this is the Losers Bracket Semifinals. It is only just a best of 3. This series is going to determine who's going to the finals. It's going to be an intense match. I'm excited. 5 seconds until these gates open. Here we go. RMD versus RMPally, Boomkin Mage.
We'll have to see if this Mage Boomkin can do more swaps like that onto Icicle, because that was insane. If they can line up all their damage, I mean, obviously Icicle died so fast he wasn't able to get off his ice block there. Even though Nahj was the main target the entire game, they somehow turned it around onto Icicle. Icicle trying to get offensive, pushing in for the deep freeze on the Felorea. He gets that Versache off, but Felorea has the freedom up, so he's not going to be able to make too much happen out of that. Icicle getting denied on his initial deep sheet by Magieden, excellently done by him. Looks like Magieden is the target of choice for this RMD now, but Nahj getting hodged up. Sugarbeet into the full polymorph. Nahj getting DR bashed. Big damage incoming. Gets the Cloak of Shadows off. He's going to live for now, but that was Nahj's trinket. Yeah.
Yeah, he panicked, trinket nothing there. Now he's got to play scared. Those are his main defensive toolkit to deal with this. And RMD Icicle at 9%! Double Starfire, double Ice Nova, taking him to 6% health. So not even Icicle feeling safe.
Yeah, no one's feeling safe on this RMD right now. This Mage Boomkin doing insane amounts of damage. Icicle down to 1 ice block once again. And if they can continue to line up their damage like that, I mean, Icicle has to be scared for his life. The last game he wasn't able to get off the ice block. Right now, this Mage Boomkin Pally team has stabilized, but that's the Hodge onto Nahj. Sugarbeet into the deep freeze, full sheep onto him. Nahj in a lot of trouble. Sugarbeet deciding to trinket that immediately, getting that bar skin up and getting full hots onto Nahj, but Nahj's going to get cloned up offensively by Asbur, denying those incoming heals, but it's too late. Nahj has already topped off. Felorea actually put into the full polymorph now. This RMD is trying to get something going on to Magieden. He's down to 70% HP at the moment. Felorea getting deep freezed out of that sheep. The beam, though, coming out onto Sugarbeet, I think denying actually the clone, so he gets beamed out on his clone. Now he's getting deep freeze. Nahj getting hodged up. Once again, the full sheep onto Sugarbeet. This is exactly what they want to do over and over. They can get the DR bash. A lot of incoming damage is going to happen. Nahj actually able to get out his Cloak of Shadows as well as evasion there, so he's going to survive once again, but he's in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, the evasion wasted a bit. It was after the bash, but they're trying to make a turnaround here onto Asbur in that full kidney shot with a polymorph onto Felorea. He's not bark skinning. He's holding on to it. He's going to Displacer Beast away, kite it out, Shadow Meld, go for a defensive Cyclone here onto Icicle. It's going to land full, and he's going to escape that swap without even having to bar skin. It's looking very good for mecah right now. Nahj caught into another full Hodge, a Ring of Frost onto Sugarbeet. Icicle spamming the Polymorphs out defensively. He fake casts the counter spell, trying to go for another one. Nahj is going to gouge Asbur, delaying the damage. Polymorphs onto Magieden as well. Clone onto Nahj. Might be looking for a setup out of this. They don't have Hodge for 15 seconds. I'd imagine they're just trying to CC his buff off right now, cloning him 3 times over and over, possibly the root out of that as well, locking him in place. Sugarbeet playing very far back, not able to get a lot of offensive pressure. I believe he fake casted that Solar Beam out from Asbur, but Nahj is dipping low. Deep Freeze onto Sugarbeet. They have to get the Ring of Frost though. He's in cat form. I don't believe they have it, so they're not going to be able to get it. Nahj with the preemptive Iron Bark trying to make something happen onto Magieden, but he's sitting comfy with both ice blocks. Asbur just choosing up to clone up Nahj. Sugarbeet cloning up Asbur now. The kidney shot fading onto Magieden. Full poly onto Felorea. He sacked it. That's going to break on the damage of sap onto Asbur now out of that as well. Poly onto Felorea. Pressure onto Magieden. He's still got both blocks. He can pull back if he needs to. 50%. Might want to do it. He's going to Blazing Speed back. Gets cloned up at 50%. Sugarbeet finally trying to make some plays here. Oh, he's just going to immediately evacuate though. He doesn't want Nahj to get set up on.
Yeah, Felorea trying to get away from Icicle, but ultimately Icicle does get that Deep Freeze Ring of Frost, or sorry, that Deep Freeze Frost Shot onto him. Icicle taking a little bit of damage. Magieden is the one's in trouble though. Felorea caught into that full clone. Magieden does have Icy Veins up. He's trying to get aggressive on Icicle. Both Mages in a lot of trouble. Icicle is probably the one that has to block though, and that's his second block. Luckily for him, Cold Snap's coming up in 2 seconds, so once that Hypothermia fades, Icicle will be able to survive. Sugarbeet's still getting cloned up though. He has that Vigil up. Got some hots onto Icicle. Icicle should be okay out of this. I think Sugarbeet still has a trinket available if he needs it. Saba the light proccing on Magieden, but this Mage, I don't know if training the Mage is going to work for this RMD. I mean, they're shutting down some CC, I suppose, but they haven't been able to force one block in the last 5 minutes, unfortunately. Asbur getting sap cycloned out by Nahj and Sugarbeet there. Icicle getting spam polymorph by Magieden at the moment. Magieden taking a little bit of damage. Nahj able to connect onto him with his Adrenaline Rush. He's going to have that Killing Spree available to him as soon as that red buff's up, but he gets cloned up by Asbur. Magieden getting spam polyed by Icicle, not letting him do anything since he's full HP anyways. The beam though going out onto Icicle, Sugarbeet doing an excellent job throwing out that Iron Bark onto Icicle to prevent some of this incoming damage, but Icicle could still be in a little bit of trouble. He's trying to run away, gets back to Sugarbeet, and Sugarbeet's able to top him off.
Yep, clone speed spammed up by Sugarbeet onto Magieden currently. He's actually going to trinket that, building up the Icicles for the next attack that's going to happen when Hodge comes up. Icicle trying to make something happen prior to that. Deep Freeze onto Felorea, fake casts the counter spell, lands the full poly. Asbur's going to bark skin immediately to answer this incoming damage. Throws a bash onto Nahj, trying to take him out really quick. Cloaks at 21% with his trinket once again. And Hodge is going to be available now when the stun DR runs out. Killing spree coming onto Magieden. Got to be a little bit worried about this. He's going to get cloned up at the end of it. Well-timed Cyclone out from Asbur. Switching it now over to Icicle. Deadly Throw is going to miss. Cheap Shot now onto Asbur, slowing down the damage, giving Sugarbeet a little time to push in here, trying to get a clone. He gets deeped on the clone cast. Magieden going for a polymorph, going to land that full Hodge caught, Nahj caught into a full Hodge right now, but there's no damage follow-up. There it's coming in finally at 50% HP. They need more CC though. The Iron Bark comes out. He gets into cat form to dodge the polymorphs. He's going to get out of the line of sight. Nahj is going to survive the swap.
Yeah, Felorea doing an excellent job avoiding Icicle CC. They're doing a great job shutting him down every time he goes for that Deep Freeze. Asbur and Magieden just spamming Cyclone Polymorphs onto him. Icicle doing everything he can to get the Polymorphs blazing speeds over and actually catches Felorea finally into that full CC chain. But Nahj is the one in trouble. Sugarbeet caught into that Deep Freeze. No Ring of Frost going to be available. The bash going out onto Nahj. The triple DR clone not going to do too much there coming out of Asbur. Nahj is fully hotted up. Icicle actually getting full cloned up at the moment. And this RMD is just completely on the back foot, and they really haven't forced any cooldowns this entire game. And at this point, it's Magieden and Asbur and Felorea's game to lose.
Yeah, Icicle has 2 blocks available in 30 seconds, and we've seen how quickly he's died in the past, dipping and staying at 50% currently. Smoke Bomb onto Asbur here. He's going to Trinket and Displacer Beast out, trying to kite away from Nahj's Adrenaline Rush, immediately going into Bear Form. He's going to Bear Form the remaining amount of stuns. Barkskin fading in 2 seconds. Felorea into a Frost Jaw. He might just go down here to the Killing Spree, saved by the Light Procs. 30% HP remaining. Felorea pops the Avenging Wrath, gets the Execution Sentence prior to the clone. It didn't heal too much. Sugarbeet's going to clone him at low HP. He's going to get deeped. He can't switch the clone over. Felorea actually gets locked out by Icicle, choosing to Trinket there to lock him out. Nahj Cloak of Shadow shadows offensively here. He's got Trinket up in 7 seconds, but Hodge is available now. Unfortunately, Feloria's polyed. Sugarbeet's polyed. Nahj on the defense, trying to run back. Clone onto Sugarbeet out from Nahj. He's going to throw the full kidney shot, though. No Bark Skin available. Felorea gets Frostjawed. He doesn't want to have to Trinket such a short CC. Now to the deep freeze. Displacer Beast comes out. Full clone. Feloria's going to bubble that to heal through the rest of this damage on Asbur. Buying him a little bit more time for Bark Skin to come up, make the next setup happen onto Nahj.
Yeah, absolutely, and I love what they're doing, turning around on Asbur. He's a much better target, it seems, than Magieden. They're forcing them a lot more defensive, and Felorea is actually having to rotate through his defensive cooldowns. He still has Trinket as well as 2 bops available. Looking at Asper's cooldown, he does have that Celestial alignment up, so they're going to be able to do a lot of damage at some point. Nahj actually caught into a full Hodge at the moment. He does have Trinket ready if he feels scared. Going down to 18% HP, 6% HP, and he's going to go down. Unbelievable, deciding not to Trinket any of those stuns, taking an incredible amount of damage, and for mecah is going to take this 2-0.
Wow, I can't believe that setup. That was unbelievable coming out for Team 4 mecah, and they are going to advance to the finals. And we are going to see, hey, it's Tony from the Bronx going up against 4 mecah. And that being said, Asbur, he's back. Uh-oh. All right, everybody. That was an intense series. Shout out to my good friends over on Season 8. They've competed so well every tournament that they come in, but unfortunately